you've also mentioned that you liked reading, you liked movies as well. Can you give me like some of your favorite books or movies? I'll be interested to hear about those as well.
So for books, when I was little, I really liked Roald Dahl. He's like children's literature. But then
Matilda
now,
was his, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But my favorite was The Witches. He had that book.
Yes. Yes.
I wrote. It's a Bulgarian book from Waleva. It's called Life in the Rocks.
Oh
Life in
yeah.
the
Okay.
Rocks.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
That book was life changing for me. And
Yeah.
then the books I read right now, right now,
Yeah.
I don't have time to read books, but back in the summer, I really like reading books about self development.
Mhm.
And when I like certain topic, I really like read a lot about it.
Yeah.
Over the winter, I read a book in like day and a half. It was about the glucose revolution and
Wow.
how the way you order food, like when you eat it, can spike your glucose levels and how this affects your body.
Wow.
It can eliminate so many diseases. It can like make you more energetic. So most of the times, it's really about what I'm interested in, like currently.
Mhm.
But definitely, when I'm back home, I grab the biographies of the astronauts that I have because I got so many books, which was great because so many people gifted me books when like they found out that I like space.
Yeah.
I say it in every podcast. My ultimate like favorite book is An Astronaut's Life to Guide on Earth. An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth by Chris
Okay.
Hadfield.
Okay.
And then I have this book. It's called Roll to the Stars. It's very old. I have the first edition. It was bought by like antique store.
Yeah.
It has a lot of rocketry. It's not famous at all. It
Mhm.
starts with how the human life is gonna be in like 50 years, where we're gonna be as like just a race, and
Yeah.
then starts talking about the space race and rocketry, and like it's very interesting.
Mhm.
And like for self development, I have a book that's called Emotional Balance. So
Okay.
I like that book. I don't know the author,
Mhm.
and yeah.
Nice.
For movies, um, it's funny because my boyfriend just got me into Studio Ghibli. Do you know
N-
Studio Ghibli?
Oh, of course. Nice.
So
Nice.
I was like, I don't like anime. I don't think I can like something like that. It's not really anime, but it's it.
These are beautiful.
Yeah, so we watched For Spirited Away, and then we watched House Moving Castle, and I loved those movies so much. Like I literally would wake up in the morning and think, "Oh my god, I can't wait to start watching it again."
Yeah, it's so amazing. It's that's a very good suggestion. To be fair,
Yeah,
especially Spirited Away is like it's absolutely amazing how these movies have been developed as well. So that's a
I was
great
surprised
choice.
they're old. I was surprised they're old, and you see so many like weird things in the movies that you can't think someone can like sit down and like invent and create, and it has so much story, and it's like I don't know, even the sounds in the movie, the effects, like the recording, it's so pleasing
It's
for the soul.
it's absolute art, and I absolutely love in them that the director, the way that they done the movies is not like they scripted them in advance, but they write them so the story unfolds with them doing it. So they never plan a specific ending, but they just let the story develops itself, which I think
Yeah,
it's so creative. It's amazing.
I have a question. Have you
Yeah.
seen Gundi?
Not yet. Not yet, to be fair.
I watched it last week
Oh, what did you think about it?
in the States.
Wow. Okay, nice.
So it's funny because I was supposed to go with my skydiving club to indoor skydiving.
Yeah.
And if someone hears that I chose going to a cinema to watch Gunji instead of skydiving, will probably be like, "Are you crazy?" But I really wanted to watch the movie. It was amazing. Like it just shows a traditional real love, the
Mm,
way the party like had influence on the
yeah.
person's life. I was talking to my mom after that if the death was staged,
Yeah.
like the car crash. And she
Yeah.
was like, there are so many conspiracy theories. I think that movie should be nominated for Oscar, and I really, really hope it can be like worldwide recognized because made in wow, like cinematography, like it was very nice.
It's so cool, and I'm actually so proud and happy to see this whole thing going on actually in the country, and having a movie of this quality, because otherwise, it's not like we have a very good streak in terms of modern movies performing
Yeah,
well. And seeing this being the highest grossing cinema movie in the country, in the history, it's so cool to see it, to see it happening, to see people supporting it. I think it's just fantastic in general for the nation.
exactly. And also, fun fact: one of my best friends, she graduated the National Academy of
Yeah,
Film and Theater Arts,
yeah,
like
yeah,
I think last year or 2 years ago. Many people who were supporting actors in the movie
yeah,
were from her class, and
yeah,
then the actress is my age. And yeah, there were people who we have seen on the
yeah,
TV. But in Bulgaria, in the in Bulgaria, in the movies and the series, there are mainly like repeating actors
yeah,
that you've seen for years, and that movie is mainly of new actors, new faces
yeah.
that you see. So that was really, really cool. And they're all young.
Yeah, and it's amazing because there's a whole new line of this new generation of movies coming up. So,
I hope so.
it would be very exciting to hear that. To see that rather. But
Yeah.
yeah. But it's great that you liked it too. Other than that, like, what sort of movies are you into in general?
Oh, I first of all really don't have time for
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Usually I watch movies when they're out in the cinemas and I like something. Like,
Mhm.
oh my god, the new movie, I think Fly Me to the Moon or something like that. It was out in the
Yeah,
cinemas over the summer with Channing Tatum.
yeah.
That movie was so good. It was so fun. There was so many like science behind it. I love that movie. Then I like natural disaster movies.
Nice.
I don't really like. I've never seen a Marvel movie. I
Yeah.
went Doctor Strange and I fell asleep on the first 10 minutes. I have seen only half of the first Harry Potter movie. No, I've never seen Game of Thrones. I really like
Nice.
classics. Like I like Pirates of the Caribbean. I went
Have you watched
to
Oppenheimer?
no, no, I haven't. I recently watched the Theory of
Of
Everything.
everything, yeah.
That was
For Stephen
amazing.
Hawking movie.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was amazing. I really
yeah,
liked Wonka with
yeah.
Timothy Chalamet.
Show me, yeah,
I tried to watch. Yeah, I watched like Barbie and The Little Mermaid. Those movies
yeah,
that are, because
yeah,
if people like them, there's a reason for that. If they're so, I'm trying to. I'm probably gonna watch Oppenheimer on the winter break when like I have the 3 hours to watch it
yeah,
at once and not like cut the movie.
yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen Interstellar, so I'm really excited to see it back in the
Oh
cinemas and
wow.
watch it in the cinema.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah,
uh,
I can't wait.
yeah, I was geeking out so much for that movie because I don't know if you know, but the one of the executive advisors of Christopher Nolan, the director, was Kip Thorne, who used to work with Stephen Hawking, and he actually think he has Nobel Prize. The visualization of space is extremely accurate, so it was amazing to experience this in IMAX. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. Yeah.
That's why I'm like saving it. I think I found out like last year that's gonna be in the cinemas this year, and I was like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
watch it. I'm gonna like save that special moment to see it in the cinema.
Yeah. It's I think you would enjoy it a lot.
Um,
It's a great experience.
I don't know if you're into horror movies, but I like horror as well a lot. So
I
the
love horror movies. So my next question was whether you like them too. What's your favorite horror movie?
last part of Wrong Turn was nice. I really like The Hills Have Eyes.
Okay, yeah,
I really like the Conjuring parts
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
I think like the demonistic. I recently, oh my god, I don't remember how is it called, but it was with this little girl and she found a dead bird, and after that her brother was going to a party and hit her head in this like light bulb. It was very weird. It was something with age, a really weird word in English.
Uh,
But keep in mind that I don't really have Netflix and like
yeah.
these, so it's whatever it's in the cinemas. I think the Pet Sematary movies were good.
Hmm.
I've seen like most of the horror movies, but none of them like are specifically like
Yeah. Yeah.
wow. The Hills Have Eyes was nice.
I don't know if you've watched, if you are, so because obviously there are a couple of different, subgenres of horror movies, and I don't know if you're like into psychological horror movies.
I
That
do like those,
yeah.
yeah.
So there is this studio called A24, which do amazing horror movies such as Midsommar. I don't know if you've heard it, or Killing of a Sacred Deer. So these are actually smart thriller horror movies rather than just a typical slasher. But yeah,
I watched one movie. I don't remember the name, but it was like last in 2023 over the summer. It was about four guys going into the mountain. They found like it started storming in the mountain, but it was such a storm, like it was so bad.
yeah,
And then they found this like just like chalet wooden like cabin, and they went inside, and turns out that was a place where like that creation brings its like
you've watched Cabin in the Woods, I think, with Chris Hemsworth.
I don't think he was there. I don't think
Oh,
he was
okay.
there. But it was very weird. And that's like that creation was like a skull of a like deer or something, and it was like giant. And
Oh,
also that's again reminds me I'm like the last part of Wrong Turn was so good. It was with this young girl, and the movie started in a way, and after that they were a whole tribe, and they wanted to take her and so she could give birth of those like
yeah,
it was a really interesting movie like
yeah, yeah. Now I thought about the one you mean, and I think it's yeah. This one is really good, and I don't know if you've watched. I see there's such a big hype about the Terrifier. Have you watched it?
maybe I don't.
Uh,
That's the
uh,
thing. I forget their names.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe
about
the
this
plots.
scary, sadistic clown or whatever. But it seems it's getting a lot of hype, but I still haven't watched it. So yeah.
I might watch it. The series that I like rewatching is I don't know if you've seen Castle. It was
Yes. Yes.
at first obviously I started watching when I was little on Nova TV like but
Yeah.
after that I like watched all of the seasons, and I really love that like those series. And then when I was little, I like 4 or 5 year old, I would watch Prison Break with my dad, and I remembered parts of it, but I recently watched all of the seasons,
Same.
and I would say that that's in my top three ever. So
Same. I remember Prison Break being the thing to watch when I was in high school, but I've never properly watched it. And I also rewatched it, as you mentioned, maybe a year ago or so, and it was a completely new experience. So that was amazing.
the logic behind everything, like
Yeah. Yeah.
there's even physics behind it, like the way
Yeah.
around break the wall and stuff. So
Especially the first couple of seasons are really, really
oh yeah,
nice.
after
Yeah.
that it gets a little bit weird,
Yeah,
but
it gets a bit watered down, but it's, especially the first two or three are just amazing. There's so many amazing shows to watch, but unfortunately, I love binge watching TV series and whatnot, but I just don't have the time as well, unfortunately.
yeah.
With the animes too, as you mentioned them, but